Right then, so the left-hand one was you before trying to do it. And as we said, your weight kind of starts off here. As you swing back, you want the weight to shift a little bit to this right side. And then as you get to the top of the backswing, before the club gets up here, your weight is already kind of shifting back to the golf ball, okay? So you look at this one here now as you went back. You're shifting to the right. You're still going, as in right, your right, left as we look. Haven't really turned. I mean, your shoulder turn is here. And then you started trying to come back down with the old head drop, arms pulling. So this is for you a power move, yeah? Now, yeah, it would be a power move. If you had an axe, you were chopping down here. Great. But we want speed in that direction towards the golf ball, okay? Then we said, oh, try and go a little bit earlier. And then you can see the knee kind of go in there. So that means there's even less turn, which would be even, and then an even bigger drop to try and get back down, okay? Back in the golf ball, okay? So look at these ones on the right-hand side now. Okay, so this was going back quite slow, okay, up to here, and now the weight's starting to go. Now your head's starting to go a little bit more than I'd really like, but at least we're getting that weight onto that left side. Now from here we can unwind, and then look, there's your shaft lean, yeah? So you can, and again, doing that with speed through the target, nice, okay? And we did a couple more. That probably hasn't gone enough to the right to start. We're almost going a bit too early there. So I did say you couldn't go too early. You proved me wrong. There is going to be an element. You don't want to sort of go that way. We are still turning and going around. If we just go whoop, and straight away, then we've gone a little bit too early. Okay, but I think in regards to doing that, I'd rather you go that way, because what will be wrong in that regard is that you lower ball flat and the ball just go probably a bit further anyway. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But you might struggle a bit with the sort of longer clubs if you do that, okay? This was good, there you go. Pivoting, that was more of a slide, I guess, rather than the shoulder kind of coming round. But generally these swings, when you're going back slower, were better, okay? Then we step to the golf ball. So we take the golf club away, pivot onto the right side. As we get to about here, now the weight starts shifting. Probably didn't shift early enough because the ball was there. But there's not bad. I mean, that's kind of... that's middle of your hand. That's not straight, I know, but there is a bit more hands by your left leg there, certainly more than was before, and then through the target, okay? So it's getting that sensation. Again, when the ball's there, it's always going to be a slightly different. You should be starting to move here now to your left side as that shoulder kind of keeps rotating. And because it doesn't, you try to move left now, all you can do is move down, yeah? There's not really much shift to that left side. So if you think about that, we talked about that wall, I think in the past, up here, your hip should be in that wall there. From here, moving into that yellow line, they never actually try to quite get there. So if I'm up here now, I'm kind of going here, I'm moving into that wall, yes, I'm turning, and I keep going, yeah? And that's going to take just a little bit of practice, I said. The good thing about these things, I always try and say, is you can do a lot of these moves here, at home, up against the wall there, yeah? Ultimately, we want to get the weight onto that left. I think it was the second or the third was the best one, wasn't it? That was probably the better move. We didn't quite get far enough right, but look at impact there now. You're into the wall there, yeah? That was your best impact position. I've just no ball in the way. Makes it a lot easier. I know that. But this one here now, you can see you started away from the wall. Had you just shifted a little bit off to the right slightly, that's okay. But now from here, there's that kind of shift there, yeah? That movement there is what you've got to try and do, having gone a little bit more to that right side. But I'd rather see you being too far over to that yellow line than hanging back here and having your hands, as you said, behind the golf ball, scooping it, yeah? So fantastic. Okay, mate, but yeah, just definitely, although the driver's going well, it is a similar kind of move, but I wouldn't try it with the driver necessarily, okay? It's going to be such a difficult club to try it without being rude. People struggle with like an 8, 9 iron, 7 iron, okay? Stick a driver in your hand or a 3, but it's going to be even worse there, Luke. So I would just sort of focus on the normal swing you know that works, and it can gradually just kind of like eke into your game, if that makes sense. So you start doing like your 7s and your 8s and your 9s and you use your longer clubs. Like I say, it still would be in your long game anyway, but it just needs to sort of just gradually sort of migrate from sort of the 9. I think up to about sort of 7. Any club where you think, okay, I should be taking a divot, yeah? Okay. Don't mean many divots with 5 irons and hybrid, yeah?
What would it do? My 3 would just cruise?
It could get you a little bit steeper and you could pop it up in the air, or you could get a little bit too steep and go the other way. You might not do. But yeah, I try and get it with the irons, the shorter irons first, because A, they're easy to hit, and B, you've got a chance of actually getting a better strike on them that way and striking down them. That's what you're looking for, yeah? If you get a little bit shallow with the shorter or the longer clubs, not in the world, is it, yeah? Okay, mate?